Welcome to my scruffy desk. It is scruffy today, I promise you. I woke up this morning and I had a mad idea. I'm a lady of a certain age and I take HRT in the form of patches. And these little boxes get me every time. When I look at them, I think, I wonder if I could do something with those. Anyway, I came up with an idea today of what I want to do with them. So, I hope you'll enjoy joining me in a little bit of an adventure because I don't know quite where it's going to end. But for now, I'm going to cover this box in some shredded up Woman's Weekly stories. And then we'll go from there. I might talk a little bit or I might just sit quietly, we'll see. But for now I've got a bit of PVA glue and my trusty brush and I'm going to cover this. I'm not going to go inside because I don't want it to get messy inside because I want to put something in it. So let's have a go and cover this. I'm going to cover up that slot because I don't need it. Well, I don't think I do anyway. We'll see. So I might give that a couple of layers. I might put a bit of something to strengthen it inside. I love getting rubbish and turning it into something not rubbish. So turning your trash into treasure. As well, at the moment times are a little bit keen, so I think, well, if I can enjoy myself making something with what basically was going in the recycling bin, then I'm having fun, but I'm not particularly spending a lot of money, so it's a win-win thing, isn't it? Oh, now then, let's go around there with that. So I mean, I don't like talking about health and stuff too much, but you know, when you are my age, things do change, as we all do. And I had quite a bad year, not last year. Last year was the year to end all bad years, but the year before, I was hormonally challenged. Didn't realise it and thought I was going mad. I was struggling to work. I couldn't stand people. I was getting angry and I'm not an angry person. And there was one day when I really couldn't face customers in the restaurant, and so my husband said, you stay out the way. Keep out the way today. Otherwise I'm going to end up with a bad review. And so I sat upstairs, miserable as sin, and I watched TV and a programme came on all about HRT. At the time, I thought, God, I can't stand seeing Davina McCall all looking fit and healthy and everything, and here's me miserable and want to kill everybody. But I thought, yeah, maybe there's something here. So I did watch it and it was enlightening. And I realised that all the symptoms I was having was down to my hormones. Well, all of them. I can still be a miserable bugger, but so I got in touch with the doctors and she confirmed what I thought, that I could do with a bit of help, see whether it would work. Luckily, I'm one of those who can take hormones, and so I've tried it and I've never looked back. I won't be telling anybody who took these patches off me at the moment. But I have got friends who can't take HRT, who are suffering, which is, you know, it's sad, but it's the situation that they're in, and you know, we have to deal with situations that we're stuck in, don't we? So I thought, when I was looking at the little box, that how much it helps me. These funny things we call hormones. So I thought, I wonder if I could make something that goes inside this box that's sort of enlightening or supportive, that sort of thing. So like we use the oracle cards. I mean, I use them each day as like little bits of inspiration or support, or just makes you think about life. I don't know. So I thought if I could fill this empty box, because I've used the patches, with something inspirational and supportive, then it would be sort of quite amusing. So that is where my idea came from when I was in the shower this morning. So I'm going to have a go at making some little sort of oracle cards that fit inside here, that you can pick out, that will make you laugh, make you think, and support you when you're going through these different times of your life. Getting older is hard, and I think, I don't know if it is, but especially hard for women, because you feel like you lose your looks, you put weight on, you become not as seen, if you understand what I mean. Like, you become grey, invisible, you blend in, you no longer feel like you shine. Don't get me wrong, we don't all shine all the time, but you know, I do lose that sort of sparkle, and I am trying to work through gaining that back and finding myself and that sort of shit. And so I want this little strange little thing to be full of things to inspire me, support me, make me laugh, and just remind me that I'm bloody marvellous, really, and I'm here. And I should be enjoying myself and living life to the full, not being a miserable git. So, step one done. I'm going to let that dry, and then we can move on to the next bit. So, I'll stop for a minute and we'll come back. Okay, so I'm back again. I've dried this off a little bit and trimmed the edges, you can see. I did put a little piece of magazine paper in there as well, just to strengthen where that hole was. And I cut a little bit of card out. I've made this, which is going to sort of be part of the closure on the front here. So I've covered that, and I'm going to leave that over there to dry. And the box, this bit, looks a bit scruffy, and I don't really want to paint it, so I've got some painted paper out of my box, and I cut around it like that, and I'm going to glue that in to give it a pretty inside flap. So all morning, after I've had this idea in my head, I've been thinking about what we can call it, because I like giving things funny names. And on the way to school, I was thinking about it. I was actually found myself talking out loud as somebody was behind me, and I didn't realise. And I thought, what's she thinking? This strange woman talking about hormones and getting older out loud and saying weird names. So, but I would honestly say that is one of the joys of getting older, that you can stop caring about what other people think. Really, stop caring about whether they think you're an idiot, whether they think you're dressed right, whether they think anything. Bollocks to them. So I carried on talking to myself. Right, I think I'm happy with that. So they all work nice. I'm going to leave that to dry. We're going to move on to the things we're going to put inside now. So, right, to start with, I've got some old cereal boxes and, well, cracker boxes, which I've painted just on the one side, so the backs are all going to be black, and then the plan is to create some sort of little motif to put on the backs of these cards at the end of it, but we'll see. And I've cut a little template out that fits inside the box nicely, and we're going to cut some of these out ready to decorate. So let's get started on that. I'm not a very tidy worker. I'm not very precise, because if I spend too much time being precise, I don't actually do the project. If I think too much about things or the logistics of doing something, I won't actually complete it. So I find it best to just get on with it and see where it goes and take the twists and turns as they come along. So save all these bits of painted card in that box. I don't know how many this is going to make, but whatever it makes, it makes. Again, I've not really planned exactly how we're going to do these cards, so you're with me in the whole process here. We've got 6 out of that, is it? So should get another 6 out of this one. When we were running the restaurant, I sort of, I don't know, stopped thinking about myself as much and more about the business and what it was doing. It was not a good time of my life to start doing that, really. And that included the clothes that I wore. I would choose black all the time, because I thought that it was looking right with the branding and all that. And I just found myself getting more and more drab. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't drab all the time, but that's how I felt inside. And it was such hard work, such hard work. I found it so draining. Don't have any time left for myself. I'll go do this now. Okay. But this goes for a lot of jobs. There's a lot of people out there working long hours, not being talked to very nice. And sometimes you can't do anything about that. I'd chosen to open a restaurant. I couldn't do anything about it. I had to get on with it. And I did get on with it. And I enjoyed elements of it. I've met some wonderful people, some who are just my best friends now. So that part of it's been really good. But now, with what's happened to us, we had to make a horrible decision to close the restaurant because of the energy bills going up so much, everything. It was just too much. So we made the decision to close, which was very difficult, seeing as a lot of our family worked for us. And to be honest, the people who worked for us felt like family, all of them did. So it wasn't very nice. But since then, other shit's happened to us, and my husband's now back at work full-time, engineering, which is what we did before we had the restaurant. And he told me when he was out at work that I should pursue the things I've always wanted to do, which is being creative, share it, not worry about making money just yet. It would be nice to at some point, so that he can maybe slowly cut his hours down as he gets older. Yeah, so bless him, he's given me this wonderful time for me to pursue this, and enjoy myself, and hopefully share some of the good stuff with you lot, anybody really who's interested. So right, we've got the cards. How many have I made? I think it's 20, isn't it? I made 4 out of yeah. So we have 20 cards, all with the black backgrounds. And now we're going to decorate the front. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do this, but let's go. Let's do it. I think I'm going to use the excuse me, that medium glue things on, because I like this one. And then really, I'm just going to go for it. What I've done this morning, while I was having a cup of tea, is I found lots of pictures of basically women who made me just think, you know, either nice relaxing poses, looking vibrant, looking after themselves, dreaming, and also at the same time I cut out loads of words that resonated with me as well. So these are all the things that I pulled out and then fussy cut them so that I can stick them on the cards. So some of these words are funny, some are makes you think, and I'm not quite sure whether to. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some scraps of coloured papers on these. I might even do those first and get all the bases done. Then I'm going to start on the images. So let's, what I might do is show you how I'm going to cover them. Then we'll stop for a bit while I get on with all of them so it's not too boring for you. So let's put some out, and I've got my little box of snaps. I'm going to rummage through that. And get this. So that. Right. I think I might trim them afterwards. Just make sure that they're stuck in the corners. Excuse me. Okay. So basically this is what I'm going to have a go at. until all the cards are covered. I'm ready for the images. Right. You don't quite fit me. Get some more there. No. Like this. Yeah, I feel like this is the way I want to go with these. Get them all collaged like that. So these might take me a little while to get all the different bases down. So if I pause for a bit and then we'll come back and trim them and get them ready for some collage hormone replacement therapy. Right, I'm back again. We've got the cards all finished, the black backs and painted paper covered fronts. You know, it's still slightly tacky because I'm sort of in a hurry, you know, when you've got something in your head and you want to get stuck into it. So I'm just going for it. And now what I'm going to do, we're going to work on the box afterwards, is I've got all these cards, which I'm not sure they're going to all fit in. Anyway, let's go with it. And I'm going to start by laying them out, or laying some of them out anyway. Let's get started with 9 of them. Those. I'm going to have a look what images feel right for the different ones and go from there really. I'm thinking I quite like her here. No, I don't. Ah, yes, I like her there. She's a nice one. There. And there, maybe? I don't know, because I'm going to get the words to go with them as well. So it's whether or not the words go on the front with the image or whether I actually put the words on the back. I'm toying with what to do there, so. No, not yet. Quite like that there. Yeah, she looks nice there. Happy with that one. Nope. This one's a little bit small, but I like to put you down a minute. Let's have a look. That one looks a little bit sort of on the angry side, so I'm not sure about that. Hey, I quite like her on there. Oh yeah, right, okay. Oh, where's that one gone? Oh, I thought I'd pick one for that, maybe not. friends on there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to glue those down and trim them so that they fit the cards. So if you want to hum along with me or whatever, please yourself. We'll get these stuck in. What? I'll trim these off in a minute. This is I'll do them all in one go, and then we'll have done 9 of them. So we'll have another 11. I hope I've picked enough images now. Be about there. Sorry if I'm going off the camera or anything. It's not my forte really, doing videos. I suppose I ought to try harder maybe, I don't know. I'm a bit of a so what, just get on with it and get it done. If I was too hung up on making sure I was doing my videos all beautiful and correct and everything, I actually wouldn't bother doing them. So I figured you're better off actually doing them and not worrying about whether they are perfect, but actually getting it out there rather than it not happening at all because you can't be bothered, because you want it to be perfect. Ask my son to help me. He's got enough on his plate because he's actually a filmmaker, so he probably winces when he sees poor old mum's videos out there and hopes they don't get associated with me. I'm sure he doesn't care. Don't know what I'm going to do with these words yet because I've got a lot of fun words that I want to play with, so we'll see when we come to the next bit. Like I say, I've not planned this. I don't know how it's all going to work. I just wanted to have some fun and go with it. Actually get it done. Get it out there. So hopefully you can have a go too, have a bit of fun like me. Think about yourself and how you want to shine instead of being grey and fading away. I'm a little bit more fire in my belly these days after that period of feeling like I wanted to hide. I'm now being brave and thinking, no, I'm not hiding. I'm not. All those people who are trying to get me down, they can piss off. Excuse my language. If you don't like bad language, I apologise. But my grandma taught me well. Swear with class. It's not that bad, is it? It's just words, and words are fun. Okay, I think that's all of them stuck down, so let's trim them. How nice and tidy they look. Try and keep tidy because I've had a bit of a mess on my hands today doing this. And I have to be tidied and done, ready for picking up the grandkids on the school run. Trim that one a bit too much. Right. He's looking good, just how I wanted him to look. Beautiful. Don't you just love it when you're in the middle of a flow of a project? It's like magic's happening. Which I suppose it is. Really, isn't it? It's a bit weird talking. I talk in my head a lot. Cheer myself on and things like that. Ooh. Fabulous. Right, that's done. Let's do the next step for these then, I think, so that we can see how it's coming on. I'm going to just look over at the words, look at the images that I've picked and see which ones shout out. That's obviously nice for that. I like that one. She let herself get carried away. Right. Was there a crackle of chemistry in the air? Ooh. Oh. That's quite nice. Like that. That one is going to go with something else. What about that? I shall do as I wish, and you cannot stop me. No, it's not quite. No, she looks a little bit more. Has word spread about my little gifts? Oh Lord, she's looking pleased with herself. How about that one? You're the perfect person for this job, maybe. It's not quite it, is it? I'm not sure. Not sure about that one. So now I've got to decide, am I going to put the words on the front? I think I am, because I think they look nice. So I'm going to get those glued on. Oh no, Pritt. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. We need more glue. Panic. Do not worry. Store cupboard comes to the rescue. Yay. God, I love the smell of Pritt. I think they ought to make a perfume that smells like Pritt. I'd buy it. Just make me happy. Pritt makes me think about being little. Uh-oh. I've got some lumpy Pritt there now. Let's spread it out a bit. There. So, I think these are looking nice. I think what I'm going to do when I've finished these is I might, I don't know, I was thinking about coating them, but then it might just make them too, now this one is going to have to be snipped up a bit, isn't it? So just going to snip this one up so that it fits on. Let's get this glued on, make sure I'm doing it in the right order, because sometimes I get carried away and end up doing things wrong, spelling things wrong, things like that. It's like galloping along too quickly. I'm wanting to do the next thing, so I get them all mingled up. But I'm liking how this is coming on. And even the actual act of just sitting there this morning with my cup of tea, choosing all these pictures, was in itself a bit of therapy. It's like you're focusing on some positive things. I was focusing on the positive images and the words that I could find. And it makes you stronger. And when you look after yourself, you've got enough energy left to help other people as well. So, win-win. This woman in the sea, jumping out. I'm not very good in the sea, I'm a bit scared of it. I can swim and everything, I just feel like it's not the place for us. It's the place for fishes and things that can breathe underwater. We can't. So, by all means, fast forward this, which I suppose you probably are anyway, but that's fine. Sometimes you want to see the whole process of making something, coming up with an idea, going with it, twisting and turning, that sort of thing, and seeing how it all comes out in the end. sure that's the one for that. Maybe it's this one. Take a break. We've already got that one taking a minute, but this one's just about taking a break. There's some music. Have a minute. Right, which one shall we put here? Invest in friendships or strengthen your social circle. That one, I think. My fingers are starting to get a bit sticky with prep. Right. Okay, that's that. Oh, no. What about that? Yeah. Changed my mind last minute. I always trust that whatever sort of pops into my head is the right move. It's a bit like tarot cards when they jump out of the pack. And there's something happening, so go with it. Right. So I think what I might do now is pause the video and do the rest, and then come back and we'll have a look at finishing the cards off and having a look what we're going to do with the little box to keep them in. So I shall see you in a bit. Okay, so I've finished all the cards, got all the images together, got all the words together, happy with everything. And I've just been checking over them all, making sure the edges are stuck down and things like that, and adding some gold edging to it. So I use one of these, which is a paint stick that I buy from the Works, which is super cheap and lasts ages. So this is the gold one, and basically I just rub around the edges with the gold paint stick. Do lots of other colours as well, I've got them all because I like them. Just go around the edge like that, wipe off any excess. Sometimes it's like smudges it a little bit, so you get little smudgy edges, which I quite like. So I've just gone round the edge of all these just to sort of finish them off. I mean, you can use the distressing inks and things like that, but I haven't got those sort of things. It's not something I've bought, so you have to use what you've got. And I think I've just got two left. The only thing with these is you have to like keep the edges clean. I've done that one. And last but not least, Dorothy. So just get those gold edges on. And I think I've decided what I'm going to do on the backs of these, because I don't really want to add any more weight to the cards, because I don't think they'll fit in the little box if I do. So I think I'm going to come back in a bit and draw a little design on with a Posca pen. So I'm going to, or stamp on it. So I'm going to have a think about that when I go on the school run, decide what I'm going to do. And as for the box, I was going to paint it black to match the blacks of these, but I liked all the words and things, and I'd still got some words that I wanted to use. So I've stuck on some things here, time for a change, which I thought was apt, and a day in the life. And I've stuck, just trying at the minute, stuck a piece of ribbon underneath that little cardboard flap that we made, so that when I shut it, I'm going to be able to tie it at the top to hold it all together. But I'm just leaving that to dry at the moment with a clip on. And then I might put some sort of, I don't know, like a sort of title thing on here somewhere. So I'm going to leave all that to dry, wash my hands and get off to school, and see you back here to do the finishing touches to our little box, which I think I know what I'm going to call it now, but I'll tell you in a bit. Back again, and my little set is complete. If you can see, we've given it a name. Happy Rebel Therapy for Wise Women. That's because I really want to be a rebel and I really want to be happy, so maybe a happy rebel would be a good place to aspire to. So I've used the little piece of card that we covered earlier and glued some ribbon behind it so that we can tie it shut. I'll show you. And I've got some good words on here. I wish I could go back to my younger self and say don't sweat over silly things. Time for a change. To date in life. So, I'll go through the cards. You can see I've used the paint stick around these edges just to give it a little gold shimmer. Always like a bit of shimmer. And here are the finished cards. What I did to the back, I came up with a simple little motif with the moon phases on it. There's like women's phases as well and that sort of thing, so I thought that was a good one. So I just did that on the backs of all of them. You can see the edges where we did them with the gold paint stick, and these are all the cards, so we'll go through them. I enjoyed doing these so much. It was therapeutic in itself, just making the cards. You know, you get a lot from the images and the words, and yeah, it was quite powerful, I would say. So, and I think I made 20 cards. I like that one. And they all fit in the box nicely. That's definitely me and my friend Penny, like Thelma and Louise. There we go. And that one. I shall do as I wish, and you cannot stop me. That's the sort of power we need when you get older and you feel like you're not as important anymore for some strange reason. We need to claim back that power, so why don't you make yourself a little happy rebel therapy? I might list this in my Etsy shop if anybody's interested, once Roy and I decide that we can send things overseas again. I've got a few things to list, and I'm just sitting and waiting at the moment, so I hope you've enjoyed making this with me. Pop them away, all neat and tidy. Fit in your handbag, lovely as well, if you need a bit of HRT on the go. There we go. Thank you.